Hey there, have you ever felt like life is just one big stack of problems? You know, those days when you're juggling work deadlines, family drama, or maybe just trying to keep up with the bills piling up on your kitchen counter. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Life, especially in today's fast-paced world, can feel like a never-ending to-do list of challenges. Whether you're a busy mom in Chicago, a college student in LA, or a small business owner in Texas, we all face our own version of stress, uncertainty, and curveballs. Take Sarah, for example. She's a 30-year-old marketing manager in New York, always on the go. Her inbox is flooded with urgent emails, her boyfriend's been distant lately, and don't get her started on the credit card bills that keep creeping up. She's constantly thinking, if I could just get through this week, everything will be fine. Sound like someone you know? Maybe it's you. The truth is, no matter who we are or where we live, problems are part of the deal. From traffic jams to tough conversations, life doesn't let us off the hook. Here's a little lesson to hold on to. Expecting life to be problem-free is like expecting it to never rain in Seattle. It's not about avoiding the storm. It's about learning to dance in the rain. So, how do we find peace when life feels like a whirlwind? Let's dive into an ancient story about a farmer who faced his own pile of problems and sought wisdom from the Buddha himself. Picture this, a dusty road in ancient India, thousands of years ago. A farmer, weathered by the sun and weighed down by worry, makes his way to see the Buddha. His name's Arjun, and life hasn't been kind to him lately. His crops are failing. Either there's not enough rain, or the floods wash everything away. His wife, though he loves her dearly, nags him about the farm's struggles, and their arguments leave him exhausted. His teenage son? Well, he's more interested in sneaking off with friends than helping out, and Arjun feels disrespected. To top it all off, the neighbors gossip about his debts, and the lenders he owes money to keep knocking. Sound familiar? Arjun's problems feel like they could belong to any of us. Now let's fast forward to today. Meet John, a 40-year-old Uber driver in Los Angeles. Like Arjun, John's got his own set of worries. His income fluctuates with the gig economy. One week it's good, the next he's scraping by. His teenage daughter barely talks to him, always glued to her phone, and it stings when she rolls her eyes at his advice. His neighbors? They're not gossiping in the village square, but they're posting snarky comments online about his beat-up car. And those credit card bills? They're piling up faster than he can keep up. Just like Arjun, John feels like he's carrying the weight of the world. What ties these two men together across centuries is that their problems aren't so different from ours. Whether it's crops or cash flow, family fights or social media shade, life has a way of throwing challenges at us. The mistake Arjun and John both made? Thinking they could control it all, the weather, their kids, what others say. Here's a small lesson. Trying to fix what's out of your hands only drains your energy. Instead, what if we could learn to focus on how we respond? So what did the Buddha say to Arjun when he poured out his heart? That's where the real wisdom begins. So what did the Buddha tell our farmer friend, Arjun, when he laid out all his troubles? He shared a profound idea. Every single one of us carries what the Buddha called 83 problems. Now, don't get hung up on the number. It's not literal. It's a poetic way of saying life is full of challenges, big and small, and they never really stop coming. Think about it. You fix one thing, like paying off a credit card, and then your car breaks down. Or you resolve a fight with a friend, only to face a new deadline at work. It's like playing a game of whack-a-mole. There's always another challenge popping up. Let's make this real. Picture Emily, a college student in Boston. She's stressing about finals, worried about her student loans, and feeling left out because her friends seem to have it all together on Instagram. Or consider Mark, a single dad in Atlanta, juggling his job at a warehouse, his son's soccer games, and unexpected medical bills. Sound familiar? Whether it's worrying about grades, money, health, or relationships, we all have our own version of these 83 problems. In America, we're often told to chase the perfect life, great job, happy family, no stress. But the Buddha's point is that life doesn't work that way. Problems are part of the package, no matter who you are. Here's a small lesson to carry with you. Chasing a problem-free life is like chasing a mirage in the desert. It looks real, but it's not. The sooner we accept that challenges are part of the journey, the less they weigh us down. It's not about giving up, it's about choosing where to put your energy. But here's where the Buddha's wisdom gets really interesting. Among all these problems, there's one, number 84. That's the real game changer. So what was the Buddha's big revelation to Arjun, the farmer drowning in his troubles? He said, "My friend, you have 83 problems, and those will always be part of life. But it's your 84th problem. That's the one causing all your misery." And what's this 84th problem? It's the belief that life should be free of problems altogether. It's that little voice in your head whispering, "If I could just get rid of all these issues, I'd finally be happy." Sound familiar? It's the expectation that life should be smooth, perfect, like a highlight reel on social media. Let's bring this home with Lisa, a freelance graphic designer in Chicago. Lisa's talented, but she's always stressed. She scrolls through Instagram, seeing influencers with flawless lives, perfect homes, perfect vacations, perfect everything. She thinks, "If I could just land a big client, pay off my debts, and have a stress-free relationship, I'd be set." But here's the catch. Even when she lands that client, a new worry pops up, maybe a tight deadline or a friend's misunderstanding. Lisa's chasing a life without problems, and that chase is what's exhausting her. In America, we're bombarded with messages that life should look like a Pinterest board, effortless and ideal. But the Buddha's wisdom cuts through that noise. Wanting a problem-free life is the real problem. Here's a small lesson to hold on to. The moment you stop expecting life to be perfect, you free yourself from so much stress. It's not about ignoring your problems. It's about not letting the idea of a perfect life control you. When you let go of that expectation, you start to see challenges as just part of the ride, not roadblocks to happiness. But how do we actually do this? How do we let go of that 84th problem and find peace in the chaos? Alright, so we've learned that chasing a problem-free life, our 84th problem, is what keeps us stuck. But how do we actually let go of that expectation and find peace in the messiness of life? The Buddha's wisdom isn't just ancient philosophy, it's practical, and I'm going to share 3 simple tools you can start using today, right here in our fast-paced, modern world. First, try a 1-minute mindfulness pause. When stress hits, like when you're stuck in traffic or overwhelmed by emails, just stop. Close your eyes, take 5 slow, deep breaths, and notice the air moving in and out. This isn't about fixing the problem, it's about grounding yourself so you can face it calmly. Second, grab a notebook and split your worries into 2 lists. Things you can control, like your work effort, and things you can't, like a coworker's attitude or the weather. Focus only on the first list, let the rest go. Third, ask yourself, what expectation am I holding on to that's making me miserable? Maybe it's thinking your day should go perfectly, or that everyone should like you. Naming that expectation is the first step to releasing it. Let's see this in action with Michael, a bank teller in Seattle. Michael used to lose sleep over his boss's constant criticism and his long commute. Then he started practicing these tools. Every morning, he'd do a 1-minute breathing exercise before work. He made a list, realizing he could control his preparation for the day, but not his boss's mood. And when he caught himself expecting a perfect workday, he reminded himself, it's okay if things don't go as planned. Slowly, Michael felt lighter, not because his problems vanished, but because he stopped fighting them. Here's a small lesson. Accepting reality doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing to focus on what you can change and letting go of what you can't. It's like decluttering your mind, making space for calm and even joy. So what's the real payoff of letting go of that 84th problem? It's not a life without challenges. It's a life where you're no longer at war with them. You start to see every problem, from a missed deadline to a family argument, as just a wave in the ocean of life, something to ride, not fight. Take Sarah, our marketing manager from New York. After practicing those simple tools, breathing, listing what she could control, and letting go of her need for perfection, she found herself laughing with friends again, savoring her morning coffee, and even enjoying the chaos of her busy days. Her life didn't change overnight, but her heart did. She discovered a quiet strength, a lightness that carried her through. Here's the truth, you don't need a perfect life to be happy. You just need the courage to embrace the one you have, with all its beautiful messiness. So right now, make a promise to yourself. This week, pick one thing that's stressing you out. Maybe it's a deadline, a tough conversation, or even the dishes piling up. Try one of our tools, breathe, make a list, or question your expectations, and see how it feels to let go just a little. Share your story with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you're finding peace in the storm. Because when you let go of the fight for a problem-free life, you don't just find happiness, you become it.